Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, I just got home and I bought a few more items to go ahead and eat for the future. Not right now, but this is one of them. I ran out of my biltongs because they were so good, and I just wanted to get up my protein over this refeed. So this is the second day of refeeding. And I just wanted to just kind of report a little bit of what's going on. I feel like I'm going to the bathroom every hour and I'm staying on there for 10 minutes or so, and then I just keep going back. Very runny stools and stuff like that. So I guess it just comes with the territory of breaking a really long-term fast. Um, but yeah, so I also found this at one of the grocery stores. I just feel like randomly showing you, but this is monk fruit with allulose, which I find interesting because at first I was kind of using them both like separately, just kind of to be strategic and for yogurts and stuff. I'm finding that this has the best taste in terms of, or best effect in terms of taste and sweetness. I really recommend it if you want to use it for like that kind of thing, yogurts and stuff like that. But now, so it's kind of good and so sometimes I just spoon it and I just like want to taste it. And then, I feel a lot better after having sufficient protein. I had 375 grams of protein, about 375 grams of protein yesterday, and then today I had so far about 250. But of course I'm going to increase that. And even though it might be about 10:15 p.m. right now, I don't plan on going to sleep until 1 or 2 p.m. because basically I'm trying to get my trust production up compared to the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, you've seen me on my YouTube channel. I've clearly been doing a lot of fasting so I can accelerate to my goal, and I've been super, I don't know if worried is the word, or vigilant, I should say, about getting to below 15% because I know this is what's classically been the case where 15% to get down below that is the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing to break into. And you, with typical diets and stuff, you may just hover around 15 and never get down below. It's just, you have to do something special almost, I feel like, to get down there. And I'm still not there. I'm still not at my goal, my cutting goal, which is 10%. I'm pretty damn close. I'm at 12.5% hopefully still. I mean, you saw it showed 12.5%, so maybe I'm at 13 now. But yeah, I don't expect to climb too much, as long as I'm doing everything right. You know what I mean? So, but as a result, because my efforts in the last 2 weeks were largely centered around that, and also the fact that my manager doesn't really monitor me too much, I was basically like, even though like I know I have to do as much as I can, what was typically happening was I'd be really slow, and then like, because like if I'm on a fast and I'm working at the same time, it doesn't always, like I'm not hyper speed on keto necessarily. Sometimes, or ketosis. Sometimes like there's times where it's like, okay, I'm going through like really well, and then I'm like, dude, I gotta go catch some rest real quick, because there's just something about well, it's not because I'm glucose dependent primarily, but there's something to do with what they demand in the job and stuff like that, kind of on a minute scale, that kind of makes you feel tired. Where it's kind of like, if you had glucose, that's the perfect thing, because then you wouldn't have to. It sounds like I'm making excuses, but it's hard to explain. I mean, sometimes like you just kind of have these moments where it's like, ah, I could really use glucose right now, like. But at other times, you're just full on power, full on speed, hell of efficient, way crazy with just ketones alone. It's like, and if you're hypercharged on that, So so sometimes it's like you kind of get tired throughout the days. That's my theory as to why I got tired. I get tired while I'm fasting and trying to do work, because it's like the kinds of things that require different energies are not there. The energy's not there. So it's like, okay, well, if I wanted to use ketones here, I kind of have to be more creative or spend a little bit more energy, where it's like, I know that's going to take another day, or it's going to take a few more hours. And if I had glucose right now, it'd only take me 30 minutes or whatever. That's what I think. I think that would be the explanation for that. But so yeah, I would kind of like nap a little bit. Like if it was like 11 a.m., I don't know. There was just, for some reason, not every day if it was 11, but from time to time during the fast, if it was like 11, I'd be like, oh man, I just did all this work. I'm like, I got to take a nap. Like I would just start to like, kind of like zone out, and then just like, just sleep for about an hour. And if we were required to go in the office, damn well I'd be in my car sleeping during that time. And if I was trying to do fasting. So, I mean, so as such, my productivity fell very short in the last 2 weeks, and I was actually the worst one according to the Excel sheets. So out of the 8 people that we work in the office, so that manager sent an email to me, and he was concerned, and obviously I can't tell him why that is, and so basically now that I did the 7-day fast, and that was largely vacation hours, vacation days. Several things happen as a result. I feel mentally sharper and more mentally resilient. So, I basically feel like I did probably 4 or 5 times more work today than I did in the last 2 weeks, any day on the last 2 weeks, just because of the resilience I obtained from the 7-day fast. There's just so much. I was just super fast today, and in fact, it's kind of interesting because I'm actually going to eat and spend another like 1 or 2 hours before going to sleep. So like I don't feel bad for eating right now, even though it's 10:15. Like I was telling you, like 10. Well, it's probably 10:30 now, but it's okay. And I'm gonna show you what I'm eating. I'm not gonna cook anything else. But anyway, I also want to check my ketones because, like I said, they don't really matter so much right now. But I did go on a 5-mile run because, like I said, I had 60 grams of fat in the last 2 days. So that's 35 grams today, about 35, 40 grams today, and then 20 grams yesterday. Planning on having maybe another 20, I think I told you. But when I did the calculation, that's about 500 calories. So I decided to run for 5 miles, 5 to 6 miles. Well, ended up running 6, so that's good. And then, unfortunately, I don't know, this is all random stuff that I'm telling you, but I ran out of a really nice, this was called Salthead electrolyte. It was so good. Like, I was sharing it with my girlfriend and some other people. I got to get a new one. But yeah, I was using this during the fast, and it helped a lot. And it actually tastes pretty good because of the citric acid, but it is what it is. Yeah, and I got some new tea and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to check my ketones, and I'll show you what it looks like. I mean, it's pretty trivial. It's like, why do I even need to check? That's what I feel like. Because the run, I just went on a run, so I just was like, okay, I kind of feel like checking the effect of what the run had, because last time I checked, it was 0.4, and that was 5 p.m., and that's because of the gluconeogenesis, the glucose being generated from the protein, and the fact that I'm not going to the gym and synthesizing it. I tried to do that, and I did it a little bit 2 days ago on the first refeed day, but to be honest, I was completely, I felt like I had to go home and sleep more. I mean, it was kind of like a sleepy day, because when I had that first meal, pretty soon after, my cortisol just went whew. So cortisol right now is pretty good. It's under control. But basically, I've been measuring, and my ketones actually were in the ketosis range. but very low. It was like 0.7, 0.6, 0.9 or whatever, and then now it's 0.4, so it's outside of it. You know, it's just below 0.5, which is outside of ketosis. But I'm interested in seeing what happens after I went on that run because, like I said, it was a 5-mile run, and maybe now it's actually trying to burn that fat that I took in the last 2 days, or maybe my own fat. I don't know actually, but it does. Like I said, because you're doing a refeed, it's like doesn't even matter. In a way, it's kind of bad that if my, if my own fat is being accessed, but yeah, it is what it is. Shit. Forgot this thing. Ow. I think I did it there last time, so. It's like ow. I never say ow anymore. But yeah, I got these biltong things. Ooh, I'm at 1.0. Okay, so yeah, the run was effective in trying to prioritize ketones. So I think now that fat that I had is going to be burned. So in a way, it was good that I did that because that actually will help with any other fat that I'm going to put in theory. So this next additional fat that I'm going to take in is going to be good. So right now I'm going to have this, and you'll probably recognize it, just as the latter part of the second day refeed. So this is going to add. So right now I'm at 1,200 calories. It's going to add 130 calories, and the main item, the most important item, is the keto brick. I got the keto brick from the mail. So I'm going to have 1/8 of this. Check it out. Keto brick. Not sponsored. But check it out. It says 91 grams of fat, 45 grams of protein, 3 grams of total carbs per serving. It's 1,000 calories. So I'm going to have 1/8 of it. And let's just see how this works. So I'm going to open it up. Oh, and I want to make sure I'm going to be able to slice it. So I have this thing here. I'm going to wash it real quick. Yeah, it's crazy that I'm at a ketone of 1.0 because after all of that, right, everything went down significantly because of the glucose, Sorry, I don't know if you just saw me, but disgustingly, yeah, my ass is burning. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I've been largely this refeed has been involving me being on the toilet for hours, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? And it feels like there's nothing else I could do because so far I haven't had any vegetables, insoluble fiber that is. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna steam some vegetables for the first time, for in a while, and then I'm finally gonna have a steak, I think, hopefully, which has a little bit of fat in it. So we'll see how that works. I'll probably show you more. But yeah, I'm gonna wash my hands because I know you saw that. So it's just every time. I know this sounds disgusting, but it's related to the refeed, and it's related to the fast in general. Every time I try to fart, there's always wet diarrhea that wants to come out, and I can't control this for the greater part of me. I just can't do it. So anyway, I'm gonna open this up, and so I'm just like, just go to the bathroom, man. And maybe it's because I've been taking that like straight up, and so this is what the cake pop looks like. This is the carnivore version, right? So, it's a carnivore cake pop. This is what it looks like. And it looks like a big chunk of, it looks like a big brick. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice this up into 1/8. Just gonna be approximate. That looks like half. Oops. So the other half, I can just do that to make it a 1/4. And then, I mean, this is pretty obvious stuff. And then to make it basically a cube of, has a piece that's an 1/8, that would be 1/8. So I'm gonna isolate that. I'm gonna give it a taste test on camera. So I guess this will be the first one. It's the first one I eat. And I want to basically seal this up again. But I'll seal it up after I get off. So it's probably got a light taste to it just because of the stevia. So let's see how this is. I might sprinkle something else on it. I don't know. I like it. Keto brick. Wow. Very creamy. So it has grass-fed beef tallow. Total carnivore protein blend, beef protein isolate, beef tallow, hydrolyzed beef collagen, desiccated beef organ blend, kidney powder, liver powder, heart powder, pancreas powder, spleen powder, bone powder, marrow powder, natural flavors, salt, stevia extract. That's good. Tastes like a cookie. I love it. And so the next item I'm going to have is the Epic Bar. So this combined with what I just had is 20 grams of fat and 20 grams of protein. But calorie wise, let me see. It's about 250 together. This is so good right now. I like that there's a little bit more fat because I'm trying to get used to that, you know. And my ketones are higher to allow more fat because I know I'm going to be, it's more acidic. I'm going to be able to digest that better. I shaved, by the way. That beard was getting long. This would go really well with S. Pellegrino or something. Same thing with nuts. Tomorrow, even though it's the third day, I may not even be able to have them. I had half of a Brazil nut, and I was like, don't even have the whole thing, man. So tomorrow, I might allow myself to have some nuts, but most likely it's going to be the fourth day. But only a little bit. This is how serious it has to be. You got to be very serious about what you consume on your refeeds. That keto brick makes me want to have the whole thing. It does taste really keto. Like if you're keto, it makes you want to have it makes you want to indulge in it like you're having heavy cream or something. It's interesting. Anyway, this is a biltong. It's good. I miss having chia pudding, but unfortunately it's too high fat right now. I also miss having the yogurts, but I'm trying to avoid basically all carbs. Everything I'm having has less than like 1 gram of carb. It's insignificant. So whereas you take yogurt or kefir or something, it's got some carbs in it, like kind of high actually. It might be digested differently than what I have in my mind, but I don't want to take any chances. So it's probably not going to be until the fourth day of refeed that I'm going to allow myself to have just a little bit of it, you know. But refeed is generally about lean protein. And then obviously slowly getting in the fats. I'm trying to flip the value of high protein and low fat with high fat, lower protein, moderate protein. See, this wasn't a big deal when it was just like a 2-day fast, but it is now. I kind of want to season this with something with the berry, so I think I'm gonna put it in a bowl. This is just beef jerky, but I'm gonna season it with berry, I think. So here's the I think it already has rosemary. So the berries right here. It's got fenugreek. It's well seasoned, but I just feel like doing that. Mmm. That tastes really good. Yeah, the keto brick is ideal in certain circumstances, but so far I was motivated mostly because of the fat, like breaking the fast and going on a marathon. But otherwise, I feel like maybe it's a little inconvenient because it's too tempting to overdo it and then bulk and then be on a bulk on mistake by mistake, like get really fat from it. So for those of you that are interested based off of watching this video, just be aware of that. It's geared for like super high performance basically, or something where you're doing something a little crazy. And just for the hell of it, I'm gonna snack on one of these, even though I snacked on it earlier. It's got a little bit of fat, that's my issue, but we're trying to increase the fats. So, and the good thing about the seaweed is there's no, on this one, all it has is nutrients. It's got good iodine. So instead of like, because usually the one I used to have had sunflower oil from Costco. I would get that all the time with my dad in 2019, and we would just snack on it all the time. And it was a good satiety tool. The problem is, though, is that it made me feel like I was getting man boobs or something, you know? Like, I was like, is there soy in this or something? I was like, I don't know. I felt feminine eating it or something. So I'll just have it now. But this one, I don't know. I don't really get that feeling. You know? Because I think it's because of the olive oil. It's got clean ingredients. So, after this, I'm going to be at about 1,600 calories. Sounds like I'm just going to end it at there. But I might get an Owen. I'm not sure. Talk about one of these. Right? I've been using this as well. So I already had 2 today. And that was included in the total calorie, because each one is 200 calories. I had 2 today, so that's a big proportion already. It does have quite a bit of fat, 7 grams of fat, so that's a big proportion of it, of whatever I had. I kind of want to cook something, but I mean, if I'm going to cook something, it's going to inherently be high caloric, so I'm not trying to bulk. Not yet. So I think I'm going to keep it just at this. Kind of feel like sitting down a little bit. I might have another one of the beef jerkies. I'm not sure. Yeah, the berry. It tastes so good with it. I thought about mixing it with the ghee too, but I don't want to get that high fat yet. Right now, I look at it as like do what you can to make yourself full with the protein. Normally, I would try to get like chia seeds or some nuts, but that's off the table. Or even yogurt. So maybe I might open up another one. Or maybe I might cook. I was thinking about opening up some sardines because we're kind of at the crossroads of lowering the protein and increasing the fat. But I should wait. Probably do that tomorrow morning. Stay tuned because I know I saw this video that said like sardines are in, like everybody's going after it, or canned fish in general. Well, that was good. It's all done. Also, I've been using egg whites this whole time, but tomorrow I think I'm gonna make one egg with a regular with the yolk. Yeah, that didn't really do it. So the DEXA always says that my basal metabolic rate is about 1650. So if I stop here, I pretty much will, in theory, burn fat. But because of the fast, I think it's complicated things. And so the consistent fasting. So I wouldn't like tomorrow if I measure myself, it's not like I'm gonna drop a pound or something. Let me drop a fraction of a pound or something. But I look at it differently, right? So I was mainly doing it, you know, going on the run and stuff like that, just so that I can, in theory, kind of burn off that 60 grams of fat that I had, so that it kind of will kick me into the ketosis that I'm looking for future dietary fat, you know? So I don't know if that sounds like weird logic. But yeah, that's why I did that. Yeah, I feel like a fat fuck just trying to get satisfied, man. Maybe I'll just wait. But there is one thing about Owen that I like. Owen kind of does feel like a chia seed pudding because it has like certain ingredients that kind of send satiety signals to you, like fiber stuff. It's like soluble fiber stuff. There's no insoluble fiber if you look it up on Google. So you can still do this. So maybe I'll just have like a sip or something. Hold on. And I have to use the restroom. I'm gonna put some of the monk fruit in there. I might already have monk fruit. Yeah, it does. Yeah, maybe I won't. Just sipping on it. This actually usually brings my ketones down actually quite a bit. But that's just because of the insulin spike. That's pure protein, so I don't know. There's a lot of protein at once, so. But it's not as bad as whey. Whey is way worse on your ketotic state. Almost like sugar. There's a YouTuber that got me into this. His name is Fasting for Fitness. He's super lean. He's been doing this now for like 20 years. I applaud him for every effort he has. Like I think he's got 3,000 subscribers. But he's been doing this for a long time, you know. So I was like, well, there's, I was being a police. I was like, there's sunflower oil. Blah, blah. He's like, yeah, but it's less than 2%, and it's not. Shouldn't be fear mongering involving some, that kind of thing all the time. I was like, yeah, he's basically right. I was like, okay, because the rest of it, like, at least you could trust it, at least for now. And like, this has to be one of the most so far of all the protein powders, like Premier Protein and all that. It actually seems like it's clean, you don't really feel that bad, after or whatever. It's like it does its job, so it's very clean. Owen, only what you need. So yeah. The only thing is you might have to be careful about the flaxseed oil, because I think as soon as you open it up, if you don't use it, then it just starts to become rancid, maybe, or oxidized, possibly. I mean, I keep it in the fridge, but yeah, I don't know. Is there something else I was thinking? Oh, I also have another protein powder mix. That one definitely keeps me down in ketosis but it's pretty satiating. I might want to mix that and just like sip on it. I don't know. It's called Truvania. But yeah, I'm at 1,600 calories, and then this adds a little. I'm almost tempted to get the vegetables, but like I said, that's insoluble fiber. Take a spoonful of the monk fruit. It's like you're fighting the hunger. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling now. I'm like, oh, my stomach's weird. It's like I have to go back to the bathroom or something. I think I will. See you guys later. Thanks. And then probably gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to work and, yeah.